For education, like I said, when we graduate, we go to the country. Just as we come from classroom, we remain till death call us.
Are you owner of specific hospitals?
Yes.
Which hospital are you owner?
I am on Nima Kante referral.
I mean the team now.
So like I said, we are diverse from diverse hospitals.
From diverse hospitals.
Yes.
Who are you trained by?
We're trained by the Phoebe School of Anesthesia.
The Phoebe School of Anesthesia. So have you raising your plea to them, the Phoebe Hospital?
They are responsible to train us. They are not responsible to look into our life betterment when it comes to job and salary.
So what are some challenges you got facing in the health center?
Like I previously said, we want salary betterment, living condition, education, and equipment for us to work with in the health sector.
When you talk about,
how long now the class have been going on?
Since 24 December, we started this.
Okay.
So, your name?
this is the head of
Your name?
Good morning and welcome to
DNUs and other, online
This
platforms.
is the new
Welcome. What do you make of, why are you here firstly? Why are you here?
Why are you here?
Of the capital?
Good morning, distinguished member of the team. It's a pleasure to be here. And by the way of introduction, my name is Mepe Ndolo. I'm the president of the Laboratory Association of Nurses and Anesthetists, a group of professional health workers that are responsible to facilitate surgery and run critical care in Liberia. So I'll come here today a couple of lot of issues. Among these issues include the issue of honor compensation. The issue of honor compensation in Liberia is a long-lasting issue, but for our members, it's something that, we got angry about it. I would like to use the word anger because it's something that people have, continue to suppress or, from achieving. The issue of our honor compensation.
Who are those suppressing?
The issue of our honor compensation brought us here because when this government took over, we have a policy that was validated and approved by the previous government. We are not politicians. We are health workers. We are clinicians. We are sacrificing on the front line. So we believe that we deserve, salary betterment. So that policy was validated and left on desk for implementation. So in 2024, our leadership joined with other, healthcare or association leadership like the physician assistant, the nurses, association, the midwife association, the laboratory association. So we went to the Ministry of Health, we went to the CSA, we went to the Ministry of Finance when it comes to the implementation of that policy. But people around, or these areas continue to play game with our interests. So that led us to where we are today.
I'm focused on Liberia on the south. Because when you say people around continue to play games of interest, you might be busy around the people. But we're talking to the Minister of Health.
So when we mention entities of government, then definitely we are talking about the head. So like I said to you, when this government took over, our leadership visited the Ministry of Health. So when we went to the Ministry of Health, we put the policy before the Health Minister, Dr. or Louis Mample Poto. And then we also visited the CSA. We met with the Director General or Dr. Josiah Jokia, and we went to the Ministry of Finance. So these three agencies, we expect them to collaborate well and speak to the policy implementation.
You talk about policy. What are some of the things in your policy that you presented to the Minister of Health?
So the policy was not crafted by us. It was crafted by the leader of the country, meaning the past administration. So things that are in the policy include salary betterment, or allocation of adequate resources for healthcare services.
My name is Wilmot Kona from DNUs. Currently, how much do you make as a minimum wage for anesthetists across Liberia?
So the salary of nurse anesthetists for honor MO is 600, and then after tax deduction, we take a nurse salary of $397, meaning to combine with both LD and USD.
This is a new now. What was the intervention of the Ministry of Health when you reached out?
So the first thing is, the Ministry of Health, when we went to them, what they said to us was, they wanted to hire a consultant, and then we agreed with them. In 2024, they hired a consultant. They brought a consultant in country, and then we worked with the consultant. They even led us to enter in our association, cover. We spent all our money behind the policy. So the policy that was approved, thanking for the implementation. We were surprised to hear from the Deputy Director for CSA or Darlington Smith to say that the minister was playing key with our interest. You cannot discuss policy issue about staff, or salary betterment and leaving or CSA out. The sad thing about that whole story is the very policy, the validation and the proof, or ceremony was held at the Cape Hotel. And during that ceremony, It was created by the CMO from the Ministry of Health and the Director General from CSA. So how would the Deputy Director come and say, or CSA is not in the know? So we consider it to be a game. So we reach out to the Ministry of Health telling them that if you continue to play a game with the interest of our people, we lay down our tools and then you will have to go to fill in our gap with different professional groups.
So what is in your petition?
For how long have you endured these challenges as a body?
So like I said to you from the onset, the issue of salary or the issue of honor compensation is not a traditional something in Liberia. Okay. The recent episode of this coming about because the government continue to play game with the policy that they should have implemented to better our salary. So this current edition of the fight for salary betterment, we left the hospital since January 15, 2026. But the Ministry of Health, headed by the current minister, Dr. Louis Maple-Poto, is making it to look there, nothing is affecting the health sector. So our coming outside here, we have.
So you've not been working since.
We have not been working since the 15th.
And nothing has been done.
So our coming outside here, we are come to flag to the Liberian people that our absence from the hospitals in Liberia or from many hospitals in Liberia is causing a serious problem within the health sector. But the minister and our team continue to present it as so nothing is happening.
Is it that your services are not important? That's why they've not been coming over to you?
So my brother, if you say my services are not important, then I will ask you, say, take your general, take a telephone and call in Lofa. People in Lofa, hospitals in Lofa, doctors in Lofa, they're sitting there seeing patients. When it comes to operation or surgery, they are transferring pregnant women and other emergency cases from Lofa to Banga. Other people in Sano, JFK, they are transferring patients from Sano to JFK. If you say my services are not important, then why the doctors that are there not doing the work? So our services
are you open to negotiation?
My concern before you come to the negotiation. Before you come to the negotiation, my concern is what is in
Are you
this
open
policy?
to negotiation?
So I started to emphasize regarding what is in the policy.
Yeah, what is in the policy?
The question that I spoke about, reclassification, meaning you went to school, you started at the level of nurse A, and now you improve yourself, and then you got to a point where you are recognized to be a registered nurse. So they need to take you from the level of nurse A and put you to a registered nurse. You went to school and then you got your nursing document and then you were pricing as a registered nurse. Now you added another 3 years of experience and you have become what? A nurse specialty or a specialized nurse. So like we are sitting here, most of our group you see here, they are nurses who went to school between 4 to 5 years. From there they added additional 3 years of study. So now government is supposed to pay them, according to their category.
No,
one of the unique thing that in the policy. The nursing in the policy is that I am a nurse anesthetist. She is a nurse anesthetist. She is a son in Monserrato, and I'm working in a rural area, meaning I'm working in Sano. So two of us need to be paid the same money. So the policy is so unique. And one good thing in our policy is that the policy gave government a time bound to generate extra revenue for the coming year. Meaning I'm earning $416.36, for example. The policy will not just take me from $416.39 to $1,000, which is the maximum. No. The policy will give the government time to increase my salary on a yearly basis. So it's a very unique policy. But I think people around, or some high or government entity continue to play game with this policy.
When was the policy drafted?
What specifically do you want from lawmakers?
When was the policy drafted?
What specifically do you want from lawmakers? Let's talk about the way forward.
So the way forward here, our coming outside here, the first thing is that the issue we're discussing, our absence from hospitals in Liberia, is a serious health emergency. So we want the government to intervene, make the Minister of Health to know that our absence from hospital is not supposed to be that way.
Do you want the legislature to summon the health ministry?
Which is their responsibility to do. I'm not telling them to do it. It's their responsibility to do it. So I'm coming. If you have a government, if you have a government entity, and the workers or the employees within that entity, they agree and they come to the lawmaker. The lawmaker have to call the head of that entity. So it's their function to do that. I'm not telling them to do it. So I'm coming to alarm. I'm coming to make them to know that the health sector is not problem free of now. But now people within the health sector making to look that the health sector is normal. Go to Lova, go to Grand Crew, go to Baboru, go to Sando, go to Grand Gillette. Pregnant women have been transferred from these hospitals to the nearby county for surgical emergency. What is happening? Who's supposed to be there? These people are supposed to be there and they are not there. Why are they not there? Because they are grieved. They are aggrieved, they are uncompensated. They are there working alone. They are shortage of our staff. This thing need to be, they cannot be handled on an emergency basis. It requires a dialogue process. So we are not rejecting dialogue. We are not neglecting dialogue.
Some might feel there's a political undertone, I mean, in this struggle.
Dear brother,
what would you say?
Let me tell you one thing. The face you see on the camera, the face you see on the camera, carry the camera around. But the one that's standing in front of you, that you see here, people who know him, they don't have any evidence of political record on him.
No,
They don't have any evidence of political record on him. Our coming outside here is not influenced by any politician. I challenge anybody for that background to come and show or evidence of political connection.
What if your redress is what if your redress is not heard? What could be your next action?
So let me respond to your colleague who is talking about abandon. When you talk about abandon,
let me just lay a very hospital.
I'm interested in your question.
Is there no risks for him at that very counties? Your work is very.
So even when there is a risk, who is supposed to ask? Go and ask the head of the entity, the Ministry of Health. You gave the entity to manage it, right? So when these things are happening, who is supposed to ask that question to? Go and ask her. So your people are out there. What becomes of the help of our people?
So what if your redress are not heard by the legislatures?
I mean, we surely believe in our people that we place here. So like many times you can hear you get called saying, come here that they are on a job. So our coming here, we believe in it, and we know that they will find a way out for how they.
Could there be another protest? Could there be another peaceful assembly?
So I'm kind of telling you that the group you see here, we believe in the lawmakers are here. So we believe that this is where our problem should end. That's the reason.
So when case they end?
They will end. We strongly believe in it. We voted them. All the people you see here, some of them are from Sano, some of them from Nima, and all those countries they are from, they have their district that they from.
So when was the policy drafted? Before we close up with you,
the formulation of the policy started in 2022, and then in 2023 October.
2023 October.
Yeah. So
that was when it was presented.
Yes. When we found out the sign.
So
your name again?
So just recently we saw you meeting with the health minister, right?
Of course.
So can you tell us why now we are seeing you again on the street?
But my brother, if it was something I would ask you to be an ambassador for this group, because we took you in there. The two generals who came initially to our call on the 29th of January before the Ministry of Health, you guys could come to the public and tell the public how the discussion in there went. The dialogue table in there was not a dialogue table. You saw one minister seated and denigrating professionals that she passed through all of our hands. I may not be a professor from Douglas, but some of our colleagues here, they are minister of anesthesia for that woman to land. So coming to refer to this group that they don't even know how to administer general anesthesia to pediatrics. We took out a fund. It was actually a very aggressive table. You were there. Though you were asked not to recall, or you witnessed the process, you saw how denigrating it was. It was disheartening and disappointing to see a leader.
Your name again?
My name is Mempen Dolo. I'm the president of the Library Association of Nurses and Anesthetists.
Thank you about so much.
You're welcome.
Mempen Dolo, president of Liberia Nurses and Anesthetists, they're talking to the new done. Without anesthesia surgery are mere surgeons are mere doctors. Without anesthesia, no surgery, no life. Via the inscription, equal responsibility deserve equal pay, save life. There's another one. Anesthesia provider essential, not optional. Is another one. Fair compensation equal save surgery is another one. Save life, yet we are neglected is another one. Via inscription from the nurses anesthesia provider. The operation theater without anesthesia provider is a death trap for surgery is another one. Thanks for following the new down. No mother can safely undergo C-section without anesthesia provider is another one. Thanks for watching. This is the new down.